Hi friends, this is Rahul Jain, and in today's video we are going to discuss the role of underwriters in IPOs, what they do and how they affect the IPO process. I'm sure whenever you pick your daily newspaper, every now and then you see an IPO launching. In the last financial year, there were as many as 57 IPOs in India. India ranked first globally in terms of number of IPOs. Have you ever wondered though, what goes behind strategizing, formulating, and then finally launching an IPO? More importantly, what if an IPO fails? What if the company does not get subscribed as much as it had planned it to be? This is where underwriters come in. Technically, as explained by NISM, a body regulated by SEBI, underwriters are intermediaries in the primary market who undertake to subscribe any portion of a public offer of securities which may not be bought by investors. They serve an important function in the primary market, providing the issuer the comfort that if the securities being offered to public do not elicit the desired demand from investors, they, underwriters, will step in and buy the securities. In other words, underwriters serve as the intermediary between the issuing company, investors, and market regulators. As experts, they ensure the due diligence is appropriately done according to regulatory requirements. A company hires one or more underwriters depending on the size of the IPO. In case of more than one underwriter, it is known as syndicate of underwriters. For SME IPOs, SEBI has mandated that the issue should be 100% underwritten and 15% of the issue should be underwritten by the lead manager of the IPO. For non-SME issues, there is no such mandatory requirement. Let us comprehensively understand in depth what roles an underwriter assumes. Number one, due diligence. Underwriters begin by conducting thorough due diligence on the issuing company. They assess financial health, business models, and industry risks to determine the company's true value. Number two, pricing and valuation. They work closely with the company to set an attractive offering price, balancing investor interest with the company's valuation. This is crucial for a successful IPO. Third, preparing prospectus. Once a company decides to go ahead with the IPO, it must file a draft red herring prospectus (DRHP) with the market regulator. This DRHP is prepared only after consultation with the IPO underwriter. The issuing company needs to specify several crucial details in the information, including the expected IPO size, number of equity shares that would be sold, objective of the offer, strengths and weaknesses of the company, etc. If SEBI does not find these details satisfactory, it can reject the IPO application. Fourth, bridging gap between issuer and investor. After gauging interest, underwriters allocate shares to investors based on the demand and bidding for the IPO. Fifth, provides a guarantee to the issuing company. After thoroughly assessing the issuing company's fundamentals, objectives, and business plan, an underwriter guarantees that it will subscribe any portion of the IPO that remains unsubscribed. When the underwriter makes their commitment at the initial stages of the IPO, it is called hard underwriting. Soft underwriting is the commitment given once the pricing is determined. Soft underwriting also comes with a clause that provides the option to exit from the commitment in case of certain events. In some cases, the underwriters are not supposed to guarantee minimum sales. Instead, they need to put their best effort into selling as many shares as possible. However, if you are an entrepreneur, do not be disheartened if underwriters undervalue your company. They are not always the oracles. Back in 1980, when Nike was launching its IPO, Phil Knight, the founder and CEO of Nike, was given a valuation of $20 per share by underwriters. However, he felt that was too low, and against all reasoning, he insisted on $22 per share valuation. The underwriters finally agreed with this valuation. The IPO turned out to be a success at this valuation. That's all for today's video. Hope you've understood the role of underwriters in IPOs. I'll see you in my next video.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.